very familiar. Ooh, number on the car. Route City Dragway for a Wednesday street meet. Gonna run this out the back door and see how it goes. Here for testing mainly. Not sure rear end ratio is going to be good and suited for what we need. It's got a 3.7 diff on a 26-inch tyre. Don't want to rev it out too high, don't need to, so see how that goes. Wednesday night street meet, eh? In FAT14U. Will it run a 9? Let's see. I'm keen to let go of the trans brake button, eh? It's been a while, it's been a hot minute. This weighs 18, just on 1810 kilos. The ute was 1730, so it's got heaps of shit in it. I just took heaps of shit out of it too, so give or take 50 kilos. Screwing in, all well and good, and we are lined up. Got like a 45-50 minutes to kill. Sit in the staging lane, scroll TikTok, talk to some people before we can test it. Hopefully it'll make the quarter before it hits the limiter. It's going to be interesting to see what the converter slip is and whatnot. Found a cool website that can show you the percentage of converter slip by mile an hour, RPM across the line, tyre size and diff ratio. So it was all up in the air with the ute because I wasn't actually sure what diff ratio I had in the ute, and I could have quite easily checked, but I never did. So I want to say they were 3 9s, but I believe they were 3 7s, and the ute was 7 grand across the line. But it would have made more sense if it was 3 9s, 7 grand across the line, because it had about 4% slip in the converter. So see how that goes. So if all goes well and it makes it to the quarter without hitting limiter, we're going for a single digit pass. We're hoping. We're going to see how that goes. We're going to put it to the test. That's what I'm here for, is testing. So see if we need to make any significant or minor changes, and we will know, I guess. Just keen. It's been like 7 months since I've been on the strip. Worked a full day today in Goulburn, thank goodness. Then hit it at about 2:30, got up here. Cheers. Laughing. Should be good. See what we got, see what we're working with. So first run done, out of the way. Jitter's out of the way, 7 grand across the line, 7,000 RPM. I didn't short shift it, I was supposed to, but it came up too quickly. What did we go?
Forgot his wallet.
Forgot his wallet. Chriso forgot his wallet, what an idiot. So we went 136 mile an hour, but we ran a 10.8. So the Ute's 60 foot was a 147. So we're real slow there because it was foot brake. 8th mile in the Ute was a 660 at 109 mile an hour, I believe. So the reason why we're out so far on the ET or the quarter is because I've got to make up for it in the half track. So we're going to trans brake it. That was SP2 as well, so we'll trans brake it and try and get me some lower ETs, some better half track. If the track will take it, we'll see how we go.
All right, so you can definitely hear a bit of what I believe is LS turbocharged action.
Yep.
We know definitely Ollie in the VX Clubsport in the Rocket Lane. FAT14U is running turbo LS combo. I'm not familiar with the VRVS in the Aeroflow lane, but sounds very similar.
Yeah, he's got the 5 litre in the number plate, so...
Yeah, okay, could be.
How right it is?
164 for the VX
Wow.
in the Rocket Lane. That is going to tromp on for a nice time there. 1024, 135 mile per hour, creeping up on it in the VX.
Yeah.
So after that run, I'd forgotten to mention and film completely. Chriso's car was having a bit of trouble, so we're trying to fix that. So that run, it went 164. This is on the time slip. Went 164 to the 60 foot. I know I can get that better. If it was the Ute 60 foot, which is a 147, that would have taken almost 2/10 off that time. And that'd have been a 10.0. If I can get it down to what the Ute is. 660 to the 8th, same as what the Ute was running. If we can creep it in a lot harder, then we lose 2/10 there too. That's like 640 maybe, 650 territory. And 10.24 at 135.9 mile an hour. So yeah, creeping up on it. So then after that run, I then upped the launch RPM, and this is how it went.
Wrong. But I tell you what, they're doing the right thing. Just easing her into it.
Spot on, and this is the perfect place to do it as well,
Yes.
mate. You know, I mean, Wednesday night, there's no pressure. You got plenty of runs because, you know, we always turn the cars around pretty quick here at Race for Real, so they can get onto it.
Yeah.
All right, here's some bit of an interesting matchup. We've got the Calais Kids VX, bit of turning the tyres coming off the line, 184 60 foot, so it's down a little bit there. The R35 goes off for a 1760. Ollie through for a 1058 at 135, and the 35 cruising onto an 11.0 with an 8 at 125 mile per hour.
Last run spun was about 3,700. I've turned it down 100 RPM, so it's about 3,600, and put 100% fuel in there. It was about 50% before, just to try and get some weight over the arse end so it doesn't spin again, hopefully. And hopefully we'll be paired up with Chris next run, so see how we go there.
And we've got about 4 or 5 pro cars that'll be making their way out to have a bit of a spin, and of course a lot of our cars from our street classes as well. That all kicks off around 6 o'clock here at the track. It's going to be a big night. We'll have Sydney's and surrounding areas Burnout family up in Burnout Central.
FAT14U might have left a little bit of something on the
Yep.
track after its last pass. It was definitely down in speed. You know, ET and mile per hour was off on that one, so something not quite right. I'm sure they'll get that squared away, and it'll be back out in no time.
So, didn't do an outro yesterday. Fall over the jack. We finished up at the track after I slipped on that 1-2 shift. I just got the car on the trailer and jacked it up, checked out the diff because I thought I'd snapped a CV off the axle. Though that wasn't the case. The track official slowed me down and spoke to me and said that I'd dropped water, unlikely coolant. Though I couldn't find anything on the car that showed any signs of water anywhere, like the overflow didn't spew out. I had no idea where this water would have come from. So I just packed it up anyway. But with this, so mind you, this car weighs 1,810 kilos with me in it. So she's a big hoss. We went 164 to the 60 foot. The ute went 147, so if we had that 60 foot, that would have been on track for a 10.0, I reckon. 663 to the 8th at 534 mile an hour. Yeah, seems legit. And 1020 at 135, almost 136 mile an hour. So we got the numbers out the back end for a 9-second car. We just got to sort out the front half of the track. Like if we can get that down to like a 630, realistically, the 8th to 630, realistically, yeah, it's almost a 9-second car. Like obviously it's just got to get the setup right, and that 60 foot, get it down to maybe a 1.5 or a 1.4 would be great. So yeah, it's just. Now it is just all the setup. We could creep in a bit more power, but I'm crossing the line at 68, 6900 RPM. It was actually 6930, I believe. So I could, squeeze some more power in there, a bit more boost. Like we know the car can make 600 plus kilowatts, but I only have it at about 515 now, which is 690 horsepower. So might change diff gears, tyre size, creep a couple more pound in it, might leave the diff, change tyre size, creep a couple more pound in it. Not 100% sure yet of how we're going to go about it. I'm going to talk to Pete and Kit, Profection, see what they recommend. I think the converter has there's this little calculator online, and it's got 5.1% converter slip, so maybe tighten that up a little bit. I'm not 100% sure. I'll talk to the boys at Profection. They'll give me some good advice, and we'll go from there. But yeah, all in all, the clubby went pretty darn good. Like I put in too much start RPM. So my first trans brake launch, that was when I ran the 1020. That was about 3,400 RPM. I think that's about 3 pound of boost. That went, the 1020, and then I tried to creep up on it because it launched and it held the tyre. I didn't unload it, so I gave it 200 more RPM, blazed the tyre. That was when I ran 1050, and then turned it back down 100 RPM. And for some unknown reason, I thought it was going to spin, so I pedalled it, and then that's when I unloaded the tyre on the 1-2 shift when apparently water was on the track from my car. So could have been a cool pass, could have been another 10-20, but yeah, I was just having fun, and I got the data I needed to. Like, it would have been cool to run a 9, but it doesn't always work out in the wash. But it's something we can work on. It's cool. It's going to be fun. The road to 9s continues. The car sounds amazing. Max had a video of my car skidding, and he showed it to me, and I was like, oh, you like the sound of that? And he goes, oh, it's all right. And I said, no, it's not all right. It's amazing. It's the best. And I said, send it to me, and he withheld that information until like 1 o'clock this morning, so I didn't get to watch the video again until when I woke up. So thanks, bro. I appreciate that. As always, massive shout out to the people that have helped me get me here. Profection, automotive, #1. Hands down, I wouldn't be anywhere close to the ball game in getting this car set up. Even just to the suspension work, like the thing just squats the arse and goes. When it hooks up tyre, when I'm not putting too much RPM in at the start, it hooks up and goes, and it just squats and does its thing. And that's a Pete thing. It's a Profection thing. They sorted me out there. The car runs perfectly. The Kiloboost manifolds on it work perfectly. The fab work from Jam at Fab, no issues with it. An aeroflow for all the good parts. And Pat was there doing the commentary last night. That was awesome. He gave the Calais kids a bit of a shout out for the YouTube and all that jazz. But everyone that's helped me get me here, I appreciate it so much. Honestly, like running 1020s, it's slow in this day and age, but at the same time, that's 1020 at 135 mile an hour. The car was actually a little bit, not hard to stop, but you could tell you were going fast when the braking area turn off was coming up and you had to get on the brakes harder. But by no means is it slow, I should say. Everyone will go, oh, that's not that fast, but get over yourselves. Take your car to the track. All these people are saying that's not fast. Don't go to the track. They just ram tyres on the street and go, oh, it's 7 horsepower, I'm tough. But thank you to everyone that has helped me get me here. I appreciate it so much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, guys. You know the deal. Check in on your mates. It ain't weak to speak. Depression's real, but you gotta speak up about the matter. You gotta seek help. It ain't weak to speak, guys. Thanks for watching. The road to nines continues.